crazy story that just happened to me not too long ago. And I wanted to talk about it in a Get Ready With Me. So, yeah. So, I'm going to be just mostly doing my makeup. I probably won't be talking about much of the steps. Just talking about the story. So, yeah. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, let's get started with how this happened. So, my friend, my best friend, we'll call her M. My best friend M, she wanted to go to San Francisco. And my friend M, she doesn't really, I would say, she doesn't drive much. She has a lot of anxiety, and she doesn't like to drive. She didn't want to drive in San Francisco. She wanted to do just public transit. So, these plans, she's been trying to do this trip for so long, and it's never came to fruition. Either, there's been miscommunication, or it just, really didn't happen. But this time around, she wanted to take the Amtrak, which I've taken the Amtrak before, so I know kind of how to do it. I've taken it a lot when I would go to college, so I knew how to take the Amtrak. And then, we were planning to do it on a Saturday, and we were gonna go with her brother and two of her friends. Her brother, we'll just call her brother, and then we'll call her friends S and R. So the day came. The few days before, I looked up the public transit in San Francisco, figured out what bus routes we needed to take to be able to get around San Francisco. So she wanted to do Chinatown and Japantown, the Pier, and Presidio, and I told her, well, we won't have that much time, because with the Amtrak, we have to leave really early in the morning. And then, please ignore my parents. They are talking and they're watching news. And I told her, hey, we're not gonna be able to do all that stuff. So let's try just doing Chinatown and Japantown, because we would have to leave really early from the bus stop, and we would get to San Francisco around 11, I believe, a little bit past 11. And we wouldn't really have a lot of time to do stuff. So she agreed to that. So the day came, we waited for our train, and the train was delayed. It kept getting delayed because due to, I don't know, some speed control thing or something like that. So the train kept getting delayed, and we were really worried that we weren't going to have a lot of time to do stuff. But the train made it, and it was a really new train. It was something new that I haven't really seen before. So we took the train, and we stopped in Emeryville. That's important. Emeryville to San Francisco, and we would stop in the Salesforce area by the Salesforce Transit Center. And that's where we had to go. And the train ride was good. It was about like 2 hours, which it felt like 30 minutes. But I was playing Hollow Knight, and me and my friends were just kind of chatting it up, having fun. And the train ride was good. The bus ride also ended really well. And everything went without a hitch for the most part on the first part of our trip. And then we got to San Francisco, and I was basically the one that kind of was like, hey, here's how we're going to go to this is how we're going to get around. So we were like, oh, we're going to take this bus to Chinatown first, because that was like the one thing my friend really wanted to do, was go to Chinatown. So I told her, this is where we're going to go first. So we started in Chinatown, and when we got there, we were looking for the bus. It was kind of a little bit hectic, but we found it, and it went by pretty good. We found our bus that we needed to take, and then we took the bus and we stopped in like right by Chinatown, like close to where we were supposed to go. And I didn't know this, none of us knew this. They were having, I believe it was the Moon Festival in Chinatown, and it was really, really pretty. And we kind of walked through there. It was really nice. And we kind of walked through there, and we made it to the Fortune Cookie Factory, because that's where my friend wanted to go. And we walked through there, and we made it to the Fortune Cookie Factory. And I looked in there. If you haven't been to the Fortune Cookie Factory, it is a really, really cool place. Because for anyone that doesn't know, fortune cookies originated in San Francisco. And it was, it's like really cool because you can like actually see them making the fortune cookies. It is really hot in there, because just like they're actively making the fortune cookies, and like the ovens are all on and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see like all the different fortune cookies that they make. They make like chocolate covered ones. They make like what else? What other ones do they make? They make like a lot of different ones. But my friend's just got some. My best friend, she just got some stuff. SNR didn't get anything, but I got some chocolate covered ones, and I shared with them because they give you like a bunch of these like free like fortune cookie samples. They're like these like big round discs, and they're like little samples of the fortune cookies that you can keep, and it was really cool. And then after that, I said, oh, let's start heading out so we can head to Japantown. And that's what we did. We kind of walked through Chinatown, and I found our bus. And what we did next is that we just kind of waited for our bus. The bus made it, and we were on our way. And then on our way, we were just kind of talking, and oh my god, I forgot to tell you guys this. So, the first bus that we took on our way to Chinatown, there was this guy, and I don't know if it was his wife or girlfriend or something like that. He came up to me, and I would say me and a lot of my friends that were there, all of our friends, either like alternative or like gay or something of that nature, or like emo. And he like came up to my best friend M's brother, and was like asking him like, oh, have you heard of the word of Jesus Christ? And we were like, oh my god, because like has been dealing with kind of a lot of like religious drama, and it was just like really funny. And he tried talking to all of us after that, but we just kind of said no thank you, and then he got off on the next stop, and then we literally bursted out laughing. Like, I will say, I'm not trying to disrespect anyone's religion, I'm not doing that, but I will say it is really crazy that you're coming up to random strangers on the bus and asking them, like, have you heard the word of Jesus Christ? Like, I think it's just really funny because you're talking to like visibly alternative people and trying to talk to them about your religion. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect anything. None of me, or none of my friends are religious in any way, I would say. And just him coming up to us literally and asking us about like Jesus or God or anything like that. It was just a little crazy because it was like our first time there. My friend R, it was her first time going to San Francisco as a whole. She's only been to like Mexico and no, like nothing really crazy. Sorry, I accidentally gave my location, so I had to cut that part out. But she hasn't been out of like my hometown, like where we are. And she's never really been out really anywhere. And we were just like kind of like not freaked out, we were just like laughing, and everyone was just staring at us because like we're just some like random tourists just like laughing because some like random religious guy came up to us. And yeah, it was just like really funny. We thought that was like really funny. But then now back to after after us leaving Chinatown, we got back to where we were before we went to the Salesforce Transit Center. And we made it there. And we got back, and then we found the next bus to go to. We got on the next bus to Japantown, and Japantown's like our favorite place to go in San Francisco because it has like all the fun, nerdy stuff that you can ask for. They have like Asian makeup, they have a bunch of different things, and it was just really fun. It's just a really fun place, and you can spend a band there. I spent a few bands there before, and it's always like a fun time going there. And I love it. I love going there. But yeah, once we got to Japantown. Oh, also, we got yelled at a bus driver because we are new to the area. We do not know like how the bus works, and I have a coworker that used to live in San Francisco, and she said like, yeah, a lot of bus drivers don't really care about like, oh, you're basically paying. They just like, oh, get on. Like, we had our tickets, so we had to show the bus driver, but he was like, get on, we're gonna leave soon, you don't want to be left behind. And we thought it was just like funny. But yeah, we got onto the bus, and we headed to Japantown. Alright, I'm gonna pause right here, and I'm gonna be doing the other eye off camera, what I was saying is that once we got to Japantown, we were deciding what to do. So we decided we were gonna have lunch because we really haven't eaten that much that day. Besides, we were kind of snacking on stuff, but we never really had like a full meal since maybe like breakfast. And especially my best friend Em, she was really like hungry, so we went to go find a restaurant in Japantown to go look to eat. So we found this like little corner hole in the wall kind of place in Japantown, and they sold like Japanese food, and it looked like they had something for everyone. And then we all ate, and then we kind of also said like, oh, what's the plan for the rest of the time we have in Japantown? And I said, oh, it was like literally like 3, like we got done at like 2:45. I said, let's meet in like this, like there's like this center area and the big part of the mall, because Japantown, like the really where we go to is like this mall area. And I said, we'll meet in an hour and we'll head to the bus, because the bus that we were gonna take was at like 3:58, and if we left at 3:45, the bus was like right across the street, so we would just walk and head over. So that's what we did. We reconvened. We reconvened in an hour, and I'll be doing a whole video for my stuff in the next video. In one of my next videos, I'll be doing a whole. But yeah, after an hour of shopping, we left Japantown. I also had like a boba. I think I got a boba from this place called Leaving, and it was pretty good. Oh, I got like black on my beauty blender. After we left Japantown, we had to head back to the bus stop that we went to, and we got back over to where we were. We had to walk a little bit, but it was maybe like a not even 10-minute walk, and we got back. But my friend's brother, he wanted to get a Monster, and there was like a Walgreens right across, and so I said, be back soon. I don't want us to be late, because like the bus was supposed to leave at like 4:44, something like that, and we got there around like 4:20, and they all went. I decided to stay behind just to wait for the bus, and literally the bus literally got there, and I was like, and I could literally just see them all like running, and I was literally the front of the line. It was so funny. I was literally the front of the line, but they tried cutting with me, but they told me not to sit in the back of the line, but I was the first one on the bus, so I was able to get a spot. And we sat in the back of the bus the first time only got to San Francisco, and after that we sat in the back of the bus again. And then we got on the bus, and the bus was off in like 4:44, just like they said. Maybe 4:48, but I was also just texting my mom at this time saying like, hey, we're here, we're leaving San Francisco right now. And also asked me, like, oh, can your friend give me a ride home? Because I don't know what they were doing at the time that they needed to have me ride home there. Maybe they were going to go out to dinner or something. But after that, we got there and we were going to get some food. So we got to Emeryville because that's where we were supposed to go. And we were going to get food. And we were going to go to like the Subway that was right there. The Subway was closed. I don't know why the Subway was closed. It was literally like 5 o'clock, like a little bit, like 5:15, 5:16. And it only closed at 5 on Saturdays. All the other times was like 8 o'clock. And I was like, what the heck? And like none of the like really close places were open. Like all the places closed, or closing soon in like 5 minutes. And we were like, because we were going to like have dinner before we left. And then so we just decided, hey, let's go wait for our bus or train. And we all were waiting. The bus, we got there like 5:10. Bus was supposed to leave at like, the train was supposed to get there and leave by like 5:36. So we then decided to wait. There wasn't really anything we could do. But then we saw that a train was coming, but it wasn't ours. And the train kept getting delayed. And we're like, okay, well, we can wait a little bit because the train was already delayed this morning. And then it was delayed again. And again. And again. And again. And it was already like almost an hour to where like this bus, our bus was supposed to be there. And there were like other people there. There were like people, I remember there was like people who went to a Giants game and were taking the bus home, and they still had to, like, when they got to their stop, they had to do like another 2-hour drive just to get back home. So I like called my mom, telling her, hey, the bus kept getting delayed. We'll update you, just in case if anything happens. And then this lady, she was so nice about it, but she said, the train is on an indefinite delay until further notice. And I was like, everyone just started crashing out. Because like, oh my god, we're trapped in Emeryville. And we don't have any way to get home. So, I called my mom, and I literally started crying. Like, I kept it together the whole day, because everything was going so well. But then, literally, I, like, broke down and started crying. Because, like, everything was going so well. Speaking of trains, there's like a train in the background. And literally, like, the train decided to go on an indefinite delay. And I called my mom, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. I, like, was starting to freak out, and, like, all my friends were comforting me, and telling me, like, oh my god, it's okay, we'll figure this out. And we're, like, freaking out, like, oh, like, what can we do? We talked to people inside, and they said, like, oh, you could try taking Uber, take Ubers home, and they'll be able to give you, like, free Uber, back home. If we tell them, like, hey, our train was delayed, our train is, like, basically not coming, so we need to ride home, because we live pretty far away from San Francisco. So, like, it was, honestly, like, we were, like, kind of freaking out. And then I called my mom, and I told her, like, hey, we don't know what to do. We were gonna think of, like, walking to the bar, but in Berkeley, but that was like almost a 30-minute walk, and it was almost like nighttime. It was like literally the sun was going down, and we're in like an area that we don't know where we are. We've never been to this area really ever before, and we didn't really know what to do. So And I was like, oh my god, thank whoever is in the sky above, like, thank you to whatever, like, force is working, like, the universe is working with us. And I told my friends, hey, like, well, my friend S, he was already going to a Burger King because we were gonna, like, stop at a Burger King to eat because that was the only thing that was really close by that we could go to. And we told him, like, hey, and I told him, like, all my friends, like, hey, my parents are gonna come pick us up. And we were like, oh my god, thank you so much. Like, everyone was saying thank you to my parents on the phone. And we said, oh, okay. And then I texted after, I texted my mom, hey, we're gonna go to Burger King. Meet us here. I sent her, like, the location of the Burger King. And my friend, R, she called her mom telling her, like, hey, we're gonna go get Burger King. And my parents are gonna come pick us up. And, they were, like, super grateful about it. And then my best friend, M, she called her parents, and they said they also asked for my mom's number, and they called, and they said they were also gonna come pick up my friends too. So we were saved. We were basically saved. And so we decided to wait at Burger King because it was gonna be a while till my parents got here. It wasn't gonna be for like another hour and a half till my parents got there. So we decided to go to Burger King and wait there. So we got the Burger King. That Burger King also had some nasty food. Like, I got a Whopper, and they didn't really have the best service. But, what can you do? So we waited and waited, and then my parents finally came, and it was just like, oh my god, I was so happy. And then my friend's parents came too, and I was so happy that they came. And at the end, my parents picked us up, and we all left Emeryville. Hell, we dropped off because it was me. My parents took me and my two other friends, R and S, and my best friend M's parents took her and her brother. And that's how the story ends. Of me getting delayed and me getting basically trapped in Emeryville for almost 4 hours. So yeah, oh my god, I was freaking out. Because one, that's never happened to me before. I've never been stranded in a place like that. And two, I felt so bad for everyone else. I was thinking about us, but then I was also thinking oh my god. Because that line was supposed to go all the way from Oakland all the way to Bakersfield. And I've taken that train before. And it was just I felt so bad for everyone on the train, everyone that was supposed to be on the train. It was just I also felt bad for all the workers having to deal with it, but just this is the first time this ever happened to me. I've taken trains so many times, and nothing like that ever has happened to me. yeah, that's what happened. And then afterwards, at the end of the day, my friends and I were all like, the entire trip was going so well. Everything went so well. Just that last portion of the last home stretch of the trip did not go well. My parents weren't mad at all. I was kind of worried about that, but my parents weren't mad. My dad did kind of joke about, like, oh, I don't want to hear you calling us if, like, you're trapped. Or you're like, it was mostly if we messed up, but I knew I wasn't gonna mess up or anything. And then we literally have to call and be like, hey, can you like pick us up? Cause like Emeryville is easier to navigate rather than like San Francisco. Like we could have taken an Uber back to Emeryville. Or taking like some kind of bus to Emeryville or something like that. But going all the way to like San Francisco is a little different. Because like it took an extra 30 minutes to get to Emeryville from San Francisco from everywhere. But everything went well. After that, my parents picked us up. And we made it home on the way home. And literally had to work the next day. I was contemplating just like not like calling it work. Just not coming, but I decided to anyway. But yeah. So that is it for this video. This is the final look. I just kinda wanted to do like something that I've already done before. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know, have you guys ever been stranded in a place and you had to figure out a way to get home? Because that was like first ever time doing anything like that happening to me. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow all my socials down in the jiggly too. Also turn on your notification bells. I have a feeling that people have not been getting my videos lately, so I want you guys to turn on the notifications just in case if you guys haven't been getting my videos. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice and safe day. Bye.